So go ahead and do the door over here where I'm coming. Hi, Mrs. Jones. How are you today? Good. I'm Dawn. I'll be your aide today. Let me get my hands washed and I'll be right with you. Wash your hands. Great. Did you sleep well? You did? Great. Is it okay if we get you cleaned up? Perfect. I'm going to go gather some supplies and then I'll come back in and we'll get started, okay? So I'm going to shut my privacy curtain, okay? And you have your call light, so I'll be right back, all right? So I go to my linen closet and I'm going to go ahead and get all the supplies I need. Remember, you always want to keep your towel, one of your towels at least, where you can get it and put it down for your barrier. And you want to keep your laundry out away from your body. And then it doesn't really matter how you gather it. What I would like is to have 2 towels. So I have my barrier towel and my dry towel. I have my 2 washcloths. I have my bath blanket, and I have 2 pads. Okay, we're doing peri-care. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go get my basin. I'll be right back. Okay, I got my basin of hot water. I want it about 110 to 115 degrees. And then I'm going to look in her bedside drawer and I should find her soap and her lotion. But do we need lotion? No, because you remember what I'm going to ask. If you have lotion, I'm going to ask what you would need it for on this scale. And we don't need that. So, all right. And I've got my privacy curtain closed. Now, if I was, at the facility, of course, I would shut the door as well. Okay? So now I'm going to go ahead and just lay her flat first. Miss Jones, I'm going to go ahead and lay you flat, all right? Don't get startled when I move your bed. Great. Now, if this was a real working bed, it's sort of working, I would raise it up to a more comfortable level so I don't have to bend over. Great. Are you comfortable? All right. I'm just going to move this out of our way. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and start with putting our bath blanket on us so you don't get cold. I'll just lay this over the top, and then I'm going to pull down the top sheet underneath. So that's out of the way. Just fan folded at the foot of the bed. Might cover her feet up in just a little bit. And then also make sure you pull their gown up. So the gown is up out of your way when you start doing what you're needing. Oh, I take this back. I'm doing catheter care, not peri-care. So catheter care. So I only needed 1 pad. So we'll scratch one of the pads because she's got a catheter in and I didn't look to see. So we're just going to do catheter care first, okay? And so, without you didn't see that pad there either. She wouldn't be on a pad for catheter care. I was thinking I was doing peri-care. So here I am. She's all ready now. I've got her covered up. With a catheter, you only need 1 pad because they're not going to wet the bed. They've got a catheter in, so the catheter would drain into the tubing bag or the urine bag, and so we don't have to worry about her wetting the bed. So when you come in to start this skill, now is the time I usually put on my gloves. I haven't done anything where I would need gloves at this point. Just putting a bath blanket on and all that isn't going to require me to have gloves on. But now I'm going to put that pad under her and I might touch something, so I'm going to have gloves on. Okay? Okay. All right, Mrs. Jones, so I'm going to roll you just to your side a little bit so I can get this pad underneath you. Now, you can, for state testing if you want, ask them to lift up, but the mannequins can't move. So you can kind of, there's a couple ways to do this. One is you can roll her. So I could go ahead and cross her arm and tell her to lift the leg closest to me. And I'm going to ask her on the count of 3 to go ahead and roll. 1, 2, 3, and put her on her side. And so I'm going to go ahead and I can tuck this pad under right here like this. I'm going to tuck it under her. And then come on back towards me, Mrs. Jones. Great. Put her leg back down. All right, you okay there? And then I'm going to have her roll towards me. And so I'm going to have her roll, and then I'm going to pull this pad out, okay? So that's one way you could do it. The other way is when I get her legs up, what we call the lithotomy position, so that she can, sorry, Miss Jones, your legs are all tangled here in this blanket. Okay, so when I get her legs up like this, I could have tucked the pad in this way. So that would have been another way to do it, okay? So, so now I'm ready to do my job. I want to move this over on this side. And remember, you always need a wash and a rinse, washcloth, and then I have my dry towel. They want you to, you kind of keep her covered until you're ready to do what you need to do, so she doesn't feel so exposed. So I'm going to get my washcloth wrung out, and I'm going to touch it to her leg and ask her, is that temperature okay? Because I don't want to burn her. She says it's fine. I'm going to put some soap on there. All right, got it good and soapy. Now I can go ahead and expose her. I'm just gonna pull back this area right here so you can see what I'm doing. So her catheter would be hooked to another tube into the catheter bag. So you can see what I'm doing here, right? You can see this. So again, I like to fold my washcloth, in thirds. And again, you have that good and soapy. And remember, we're always going to wipe in the down position. So we want to wipe from clean to dirty, okay? So I'm going to start here and wipe one swipe down, turn it over, one swipe down. Do not do this. You will get marked off. Turn my washcloth inside out. I'm going to hold the catheter at the opening at the meatus. I'm going to wipe one swipe down, okay? Turn it over, and I'm going to hold the tubing still and wipe about 4 to 6 inches down. So I can do all that with one washcloth because the first time I do it, I have it folded, I turn one side, I turn it over and do the other side. Then I turn it inside out, completely inside out, and I've got 2 clean spots again. So I'm going to wipe down the center, holding it, and then wipe down the tubing. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and lay this on the side so it doesn't get my water all soapy. Actually, catheter care is a lot easier than peri-care because we don't have to roll her and do the bottom. We're just doing the front. I'm going to wipe one side down, turn it over, one side down. Turn this completely inside out. I like it smaller so I don't flop it around. Hold it again so I don't pull the catheter when I wipe down, and then hold it and wipe the tubing. Okay? Then I'm going to take my towel and I'm going to pat dry. And I'm going to hold it again, and I'm going to pat dry the tubing. Okay. And that's why we put the pad down, so we don't get the bed wet. And that's it. So now I'm going to go ahead and put her legs down. Very good, Mrs. Jones. You did very well. Are you still doing okay? Great. Now, at this point, I'm going to take off my gloves. I got her legs down. She's covered because I've just cleaned her private area, and I consider these contaminated. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these gloves off. I'm going to drop them in my trash can right here, okay? And now I could hand sanitize, but I'm going to go ahead and get her, covered up. Because whenever I take off gloves, I would say I would wash my hands. I would verbalize that, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and pull this out, Mrs. Jones. Holding that bath blanket here. I'll lay this on my table, and I'm going to fix her down so it's not up around her. Now I need to take out the pad, so I'm going to go ahead and again, I can do it a couple ways. I can roll her towards me this time. Lift that leg, Miss Jones. Very good. And I'm going to pull this pad in. I roll it towards me and go ahead and go back over. Very good. And roll her on her side a little bit, and I'm pulling this out. Okay? That's all dirty now, so are you comfortable? You are? Very good. Get your legs down. Very good. Okay. Let's put your sheet back up. Okay. Would you like to sit up a little bit? Yes? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and raise your head up so you can see everybody. Your grandkids coming today? Good. Play some bingo? Is that good? Okay, very good. Here's your call light. You want your light left on? A drink of water? Drink of water? No? Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to clean up, and then I will be out of your way, okay? I'm going to open our privacy curtain. And now to clean up, I need to put on another pair of gloves because I don't want to touch any of this with my bare hands. So I'm going to go ahead and throw some more gloves on. Okay. And this is going to go back in my bedside drawer. Okay. And then I would have my hamper, and that's going to go over here. Okay. And of course that wouldn't be here, so we'll just leave that for now. That is going to go in my hamper. Okay. And leave her comfortable, her curtains open. I'm going to go take care of this. Remember when you're cleaning up your basin to wash, rinse, and dry it, and then come put it back where you got it from? So I put it back on her bedside table, which there's really no room in there, so I'm just going to set it there for now. And then I would take off my gloves, and the very last thing I would do before I say I'm done, and I could, check on her again, but I'm going to make sure I take off my gloves and wash my hands. And I'm done. All right.